and I teach 3rd grade at Jardine Elementary in Topeka, Kansas. Today's lesson is going to be rounding to the nearest hundreds. The first number that we're going to start with is 717. Whenever you do rounding, always underline the place value that you're going to be rounding. So we're going to underline the 7. You need to look to your neighbor. My neighbor happens to be a 1. We know that if your neighbor is a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, you round it down. 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, you round that place value up. My neighbor is a 1, which means I'm going to round this 7 down, so I'm going to keep it as a 7. Everything else becomes zeros. So my rounded number to the nearest hundred is 700. Another example, let's do 856. I need to underline my 8 because that's my hundreds. I look to my neighbor. My neighbor is a 5. That 5 tells me the 8 to bump it up. So instead of an 8, it now bumps up to a 9. Everything else becomes zeros. Last example, let's do 674. Underline your hundreds and look to your neighbor. My neighbor is a 7, so it tells me the 6 to bump it up. So instead of a 6, it now becomes a 7. Everything else becomes zeros. So my rounded number is 700. And that's how you round to the nearest hundred.